Hello there, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you all about my new book, Colin Hebb's Fishing Experience. I go fishing to Egypt, going for the big Nile perch and tigerfish. I also go to the River Segre in Spain, going for the big Wells catfish and carp. I also go to the River Trent for its barbel and chub, and of course there's tench fishing here as well. And I give you all the rigs and tips, and I also show you the baits that I'm using to catch all these big fish, which is always very handy. And it's fully illustrated, is this book, and the illustrations are done by my good friend David Higginbottom. He painted them onto canvas for me, and they've been scanned into this book. And the book is a hardback, so it's going to last you years and years and years. And the pages are glossy, so they really stand out, and it'd make a good birthday present or a good Christmas present. And if you would like to buy one, they're £22 each. You can buy them off the Calm Productions website, or you can buy them off me on Facebook. Just contact me on Facebook and we'll sort something out. Yeah, here's one of the illustrations done by my good friend David Higginbottom of the perch rig. And there's another one there of Leven Park Lake that's got some nice perch in, but you have to book through Guy now, because that lake has been sold. Oh, there's one of me barbel from the chub. There's me fishing in floodwater. There's another beautiful barbel diagram there. As I say, it's all glossy. Oh, that one's a nice roach one that he did for me that I've actually got hanging up in my hallway. I like that one. I like roach. Oh, there's one of me carp that I caught from a canal, but sadly, as I say, they're not in there anymore because the otters have got on there and destroyed them. But doesn't he do a really, really good painting? Look at that carp. Terry Hearn actually signed that one, and I sold it to somebody down south. Well, here we are on the River Trent, seeing if we can catch a barbel. Nothing yet. I've been here about 2.5 hours. It's been 1 or 2 fish topping. Had a visit from the cows, and weather's not looking too bad. You know, there's no rain, there's a bit of wind, but it's not too bad. So fingers crossed we'll get a barbel tonight, or 2. Well, I've been in 4 hours now. It's getting near the witching time, and fingers crossed one of them rods are going to go over and we're going to have a big barbel on. Mind you, any barbel will do, I don't mind. They all fight very, very hard. There we go, wildlife when you're fishing. We've got a young carp here having an itch. He's having a real good go, isn't he? Wind's getting up too. Oh, we've got another one at the back of me now. Oh, what's he eating? Oh, he's eating a stinging nettle. Well, you're welcome to it. At least it won't sting me. Getting surrounded by cows here. Oh, there's a bull, young bull here. He's coming to have a look at me. I hope he doesn't charge, otherwise I am knackered. Seems quite pleasant at the minute though. Just eating a few stinging nettles and moseying around. I hope he's coming. No, that's alright, he's just walked past me. Just come down for a drink. Don't blame him, it's quite warm today.
Yeah, so it's very simple. I've got a PVA bag with about 5 boilies in. These happen to be marine halibut with me size 6 hook in there, and I'm going to cast that out, and fingers crossed it should stay in this bag long enough to settle on the bottom of the river. The bag will dissolve and it will leave some free offerings near my hook bait, and fingers crossed we'll hook a barbel.
Come on you barbel, we want a barbel tonight. Or now. On the left hand rod I've got bloodworm boilies, and on the right hand rod I've got some halibut boilies. So the barbel's got a choice tonight. What a sunset. How beautiful. Now all we need is a barbel.
Right, it's getting a bit dark now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one of these starlights on the top of my rod, and then I'll know if I get a take or a little bump or anything off a barbel or a chub or anything. All you do is crack like that with your fingers. Both sides, you can see how luminous that's going now. Just give it a shake. There we go, and I can see perfectly with that on the night. So now I'm just going to connect it to the end of my rod. Put it the right way, move it up to the top. There we go. That's a perfect starlight now, so I'll be able to see when I get a bite from a barbel. Well, it's 9:30, the witching hour is upon us, and fingers crossed in the next half an hour to an hour I should have a barbel. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Well, it's 10 o'clock now, and nothing's taken the bait, but I have seen 1 or 2 barbel swirling on the surface, so they've just started to move. So fingers crossed any time now, and we should get a barbel out. It's a lovely night, the wind's just dropped, the rain stopped. It's looking quite good, but I have had nights like this before and I've caught nothing, so I'm praying that isn't the case tonight, but only time will tell. Yeah, it's about midnight. Looks like a good fish too. There we are. Give me Barbel a bit of a rest before unhooking. Yeah, here's my Barbel. Nicely hooked in the scissors. There's a little whiskers. Looks a good fish. Could be... yeah, it looks a good fish. Could be about £10 this one. Here we have my Barbel, just weighed it. Exactly £12. Got me stuck under a rock. No wonder look at that tail. No wonder she fought so hard. What a paddle. Absolute cracking creature. Yeah, I've just had a nice £12 Barbel on a couple of boilies and about 8 foot of water. There we are, it's a nice Barbel. Got me stuck twice underneath the rocks. But we managed to get her out anyway. Nice fish, now let's return her. Yeah, you've got to make sure they've got plenty of time to recover before you release the Barbel. It's very important because we don't want them going upstream, and this 12-pounder fought like stink. So we're going to give her about 5-10 minutes rest depending on how she feels. She's a good fish. Took double boilies, 1 bloodworm, 1 halibut. Yeah, fins are working okay. The dorsal fins are erect, look. That's good. Nice big Barbel. Of course, everything's 10 times harder. There she goes. Into the depths. Yeah, so basically what I've done now is I've just recast the bait just in a slack piece of water. The river's slowly rising now. I've just baited up with some more boilies and fingers crossed we'll get another big fish. Now this is what night fishing is like. Pure blackness. So you do really have to be careful. You can just see me starlights on the rod tips. Yeah, so this is one of the Barbel rigs I'm using today. I've got £25 of coated braid by Praying Mantis. I've got a G-Point Super Strong size 6 hook, just in case I catch one of those river carp. I've got a chance of getting it out, and I've had these not bend on carp before, which is good. I've got a big halibut pellet, followed by a small halibut boilie. Now I've found that having a big and a small has caught me a hell of a lot of fish. Obviously the pellet decays quite fast because there's lots of minnows on the riverbed, which releases a lot of juices, and then of course you've got the hard boilie on the end, which adds more of a attraction.
So I've had a lot of double figure barbel on this particular rig. I mean, these pellets, to be honest, they're really big. They're really meant for catfish. But if you want them to last 2 to 3 hours in the river with the minnows, then go for the bigger pellet. And here we have another rig of mine, the same one as before, with the 25-pound coated braid, the size 6 hook, G-point, and this time I've got a mixture of 2 boilies. There's the bottom one is the bloodworm boilie, and then I've got a halibut boilie just sat on top of that. Adds a bit of spice, you know, different flavours going into the water, and it's caught me a lot of barbel. I've also done it with luncheon meat as well. Put a luncheon meat piece where the bloodworm boilie is, and then just tip it off with half or a full halibut boilie. It's caught me a lot of barbel and a lot of big barbel. Yeah, another good bait for chub and barbel is the good old slug. And just found this big one just on the ground, and I'm going to put him in my bait box. I might use him later. I've had some nice chunky chub just by putting a slug on, getting nothing on the boilers and pellets, and I've also had barbel on them as well. Underestimated bait. Just had a couple of knocks on that rod. I'm sure there's a barbel around it.
Nice hard fighting barbel, double boilie. Now what I like to do, just caught a barbel, just rest it in the net for about 3 or 4 minutes, let her recover, get her out and unhook her. That was on double boilie. Actually it was a mixture, it was a bloodworm boilie and a halibut boilie, 15mm. Looks a good fish, probably about 7 or 8 pounds. There we go. This is what we come down to the Trent for. Beautiful barbel. I was about right. 8.14. Nice muscular fish. Absolutely hard fighting. The river's just rising now, so we'll get a quick photograph and get it straight back. Lovely. Yeah, it's very important when putting barbel back, giving them enough time to recover. just holding them in the flow. Off she goes. There we go, a nice juicy lobworm, hopefully for a big barbel, just about to be cast in. Lovely. Yeah, anywhere you see boils in a river, that means it's created by an obstruction on the bottom, such as big rocks or a piece of debris like a sunken tree, and barbel always like to hide behind that. So if you see a crease or any creases in the river, just cast just beyond them, and more often than not you'll catch a barbel. Yeah, I'll say this and I'll say it again, the barbel deserves our respect. So every time I catch a barbel, I keep it in the landing net after I've landed it 2 or 3 minutes, just so she gets her breath back, and then straight onto the unhooking mat, take photographs, a little bit of video footage, in the sling, straight back in the water, and if it takes 5, 10, 15 minutes to recover, make sure that fish has fully recovered, make sure all her fins are working correctly, she's breathing fine, her dorsal fin's strong, and she's trying to swim off very strongly before you let her go. And if you don't do that, they just swim off, they come up in the middle, belly up, float downstream, another lost fish. No good for anybody. Right, another barbel rig going out, a pellet with a halibut boilie. Just an underarm swing, that's all that's needed. Just into, well, just behind the crease, and fingers crossed there's some barbel just hanging just at the back of there. Let's see what happens. Nice fish. So my barbel's just resting in the net for a few minutes. I'm going to go and sort out the unhooking mat, and we'll get her unhooked, and she looks a good 9 to 10. Yeah, another lovely looking barbel. Bit of a split fin. A nice paddle tail, look at that. And she was actually caught quite close in, to be honest, just near the rocks. Right, let's get away. Yeah, just had a beautiful 11 pound 9 ounce barbel close in
near the rocks. She fought like stink as well. Good job I had heavy gear on. Otherwise, she'd have snapped me off on the rocks. My trace is absolutely ruined. But £11 9 ounces. What a creature. Let's get her back. There's my barbel. Just getting her breath back. Hard fighting fish. £11 9 ounces of pure muscle. I say it's very important, I keep on saying this, when you get a big fish like this, you must let them recover. Put them in some oxygenated water and let them recover. I say usually it takes about 3 to 4 minutes, something like that. Yeah, she was caught close in next to the rocks, so quite happy with that. As you can see, she's breathing okay. Oh, she wants to go, I'm going to let her go now. Oh. There we go, into the depths.
Nice powerful barbel. It's about 12:30. It's not a bad fish. Oh, don't they pull hard. Boy, what a scrap. I think this one's probably, well, I'm not very good at guessing weights, but probably about 8 or 9 pound, possibly 10. Right near the rocks again, 2 boilies.
Well, it's 12:30 and I've got another double figure barbel, nice one, £10 7 ounces on the double boilie, the mixture, the bloodworm and the halibut. And what a fight just near the rocks. Absolutely fantastic fish. I just love barbel fishing. I mean, you can't beat it for, you know, this fish for pound strength. There we go. There's another one. Another Trent double for me. I'm having a good season on the Trent. for double figure barbel. Yeah, I've been catching a few smaller barbel, but absolutely immaculate condition, perfect fins, and I say this one's been eaten quite well. She's quite fat. Look at that for a barbel. Isn't that a nice fish? Absolutely fantastic. And you can see how streamlined the barbel is, and it's perfect for rivers. I think the best in rivers and not in lakes, but fantastic fish. Here we are on another barbel, £10.7. Look at his whiskers, aren't they lovely? That's how they find the food with these barbules. You like my bloodworm and halibut cocktail, didn't you? And again, this one, fin, perfect. That dorsal fin, look at that, look at the power they have. Absolutely fantastic. And again, look at that tail, what a paddle. No wonder they're so powerful in the flow. Right, let's get this one straight back. There's my barbel, having a rest in the shallows before the return. What a lovely fish. There we go, into the depths.
Bugger, lost that one. Did me on a rock.